So, to start the Dhamma talk, the Dhamma discussion, first I will give a briefing about today's talk. Given in this singular. So, to give the translation, I would like to mention it is just a continuation of the same discourse known as the Majjhe Sutta, and today we have taken the fourth interpretation reported in this particular sutta. They are the first extreme being recognized as internal faculties. Our second extreme is the external faculties, and middle is the consciousness, and the weaver, the binding factor is the desire, as usual. And if someone can manage to get rid of this internal and external sense, the faculties, and come back to the consciousness, that is an achievement. And that consciousness also must, even though you are dwelling upon the consciousness, you must not get attached to that particular consciousness. And that is how you can overcome this the weaver, the attachment and this tanha. So whenever we are applying this into the meditation, one way of explaining is that, supposing that if someone is doing mindfulness in breath and out breath, related to these three facets, namely the external faculty, internal faculty and the consciousness, there are three facets simply in mindfulness in breathing itself. Or the breath itself has three facets. If someone can discreetly and discriminately understand this, then it will be very helpful. So for someone to see the progress or see the unhindered development. In English it is called the striking element, base element, striker element, base element and the ignition element. Whenever the breathing takes place, the external, the air draft and the air column come and strike upon the nostril, whatever may be the sensitive point. So the base is the sensitivity of the nose or sensitivity of the body, and the air column come and strike upon that. So when this air column come and strike upon this nostril, you feel the incoming or in-breath is cooler and out-breath is warmer, or in-breath is turbulent, rubbing sensation with the turbulent, and out breath is just a very smooth rubbing. Like that you feel each and every breath separately. So the striker element is, in this example, known as the external faculty, the air column, going up and down the air column. The base element, the sensitivity of the nostril, is known as the internal aspect, internal faculty. When these three come into together, interact each other, you feel the natural characteristic of the in-breath and out-breath separately. So when someone is face-to-face with the in-breath and out-breath, or mindfulness in the in-breath and out-breath, when keep on practicing, one has to recognize at a time you feel the in and out air. At a time you feel the touching point. At a time you feel this is in-breath, not out-breath. These are the natural characteristics of the in-breath. And with this out-breath, this is not the in-breath, this is the intrinsic natural characteristics of the out-breath, like the discrete knowledge, that is what we call the consciousness. So consciously you know the difference between the in-breath and out-breath. So when someone is, this is for the sake of theory knowledge, when someone is reporting only on the air quality, the air draft, where he or she can't feel the touch, where he or she can't feel the discrimination, that indicates that particular person's tendency is more towards the concentration rather than the insight meditation. He talks only about the external faculty, the strike element. Anyone who can have, can give the accounts for the air column, the touching point, and the discrimination between in and out, that indicate that is a natural tendency, the bias is towards the insight meditation. So therefore, after low practice, only you yourself can understand, or teacher can understand whether the particular person is going towards the concentration or insight meditation. That is something for theory knowledge. Whatever may be, this explanation that particular monk given is definitely on the insight meditation, and there he says, whenever the breathing takes place, either your mind goes to feel the touching point or feel the air column. Very rarely mind will go by itself and see the difference between the in-breath feeling and the out-breath feeling. So therefore, whenever you become familiarized with the breath, when you become advanced, your attention must be to see the discrete difference between the in-breath feeling and the out-breath feeling. That is how you avoid the two internal and external faculties and go and touch the consciousness. That means you are sharply and very vigilantly and diligently with the breath. Mindfulness is very sharp. That is why you can say this is in-breath, these are the natural characteristics of the in-breath. This is out-breath, these are the natural characteristics of the out-breath. That means the progress is very direct and very unhindered. So much so you go with this in-breath to out-breath, out-breath to in-breath with discrete characters. This indicates that mindfulness is quite continuous, concentration is quite continuous. More and more you do meditation, you get enough data, enough experience, enough information about the in-breath and out-breath. Soon that become completed, become comprehended, then only mind goes to the next insight knowledge, and likewise it is cascading one to the other, progress is there. So therefore one has to not only feel the in-breath and out-breath, not only get the touch of the or touching point, but seeing them through, one has to very sharply, very detailed, in a meticulous way, to see the difference between the in-breath and out-breath. So whenever that happens, easily you can take the breath under your control. It will become very tamed, and the mind will be face to face with. Mind will be very immediate with the object, and soon your body and the mind and the breath will calm down, and the meditation will go to a kind of a maturity, kind of a permanent state, a kind of a familiarization, and basic distractions from the hindrances will be easily cut off. So therefore understanding this internal faculty, external faculty, and the in-between consciousness is very important, and in English it is called the strike element, the base element, and the ignition element. And the Burmese master, when he is teaching this, he says, telling, I am going to talk about the in-breath. In the reporting, in the interviews, if one say, this is in-breath, I am going to talk about in-breath, is just like when you are facing a question paper in the exam, maths. First of all, you have to write in your manuscript, your answer script, the question, the sum itself. You put the number, and this is what you have to just write the question paper has to be reported in your question paper, your answer script. Something like that you have to take to the teacher and on the in-breath. And then you have to work it out, apply this theory, this formula and kind of thing. You work it out and say, I noted this in-breath as in-breath. And after the working out, you get the answer, you put 2 lines to indicate this is the answer. That is how you feel the in-breath. When the out-breath happens, you have to say, out-breath, and noted this as out-breath, and this is what I feel. Likewise, when you are writing the sum, work it out in the systematic way, and once you get the answer, you put the 2 lines, something like that, 3 aspects there in reporting. You have to tell the object, you have to tell how did you manage or how did you note it, and what did you come to know. It's so simple when you are talking, but in the meditation it is not so simple. Because mind is multifaceted, it is running up and down, so if you can keep that track, very easily you can communicate with the teacher, very easily you can communicate with your mind, and today's experience will definitely push into the tomorrow's experience because you know what you are talking about. You are never talk about cock and bull stories. You are talking, I am talking about the in-breath, I know that's in-breath, this is in-breath. This is the experience. And now it's out-breath, I am not with as out-breath, this is out-breath. Meditation is very easy. That's why it happened me to say, if you can report and work like that, 50% of your meditation is already finished. This is very simple long work, but these are the areas we have to have very clear groundwork. Once that groundwork is finished, it is experience going to accumulate one to the other. So therefore, I took this chance to take it out, this information to say this the 3 aspects of strike element, the base element and the ignition element, and in reporting, remind about the object, tell what did you do with and what is come to, what did you come to know. So when these things happen, meditation will be very easier. So therefore this interpretation is very, it's giving a quite practical hints, practical guidelines for the meditators. So even though it appears the 4th or 5th interpretation, it is helping very easily to communicate each other, communication with your own and the communication with the teacher. So therefore this part is this kind of thing we can go in the series of Dhamma talk as a depth, not in a 1 hour discussion or 1 hour Dhamma talk, because these things are quite in a deep instructions. So that is why at the beginning I thought of taking this whole retreat and deliver these talks as a series so that we can go into the depth. So that is what I thought of translating in the evening. Thank you very much for listening. The first question is an English one. Venerable Bhante, could you please explain the Sanya Vipallasa, Chitta Vipallasa and Ditti Vipallasa? Sanya Vipallasa is known as these perversions as far as the perception is concerned. Chitta Vipallasa is perversions in your consciousness, and the Ditti Vipallasa is translated as a perversion in the views. So they are in an orderly manner. Whenever we confront with something, first we get a notion about that, cognition about that. And if it is important, if it is going to happen in a recurrent thing, we put a mark, we put a kind of a sign to recognize it. You cognize with a sign so that it will be easy to recognize. So this is what we call sanya. It is very volatile, it is very wavery. If that kind of a thing going to happen again and again, it goes to the chitta level. At the consciousness level, you recognize this is something particularly good or particularly bad. At that level, the sanya becomes consolidated due to its frequency, due to recurrent this thing, and after that, they go to the ditti level, that means at the view, and once you go to the view level, no one can help correct you, because you have been so foolhardy. You can so foolhardy, no one can help. Once you go to the ditthi level, even the Buddha can't recorrect you. But at the Sanya level, Chitta level, second person can help. Easiest is at the Sanya level. So therefore, Vipallasa, or that so-called these perversions, in the Western philosophy, they have failed to understand it. So, whenever the Western philosophers introduce this with perversions, they completely happy to understand that kind of perspective that Buddha has presented. So therefore, what we see, we believe. Seeing is believing. But as far as the Sanya is concerned, that is the first and foremost mistake. So therefore, in Dhammajiva Sutta, the Buddha says, the commoners, when they claim they see, definitely they don't see. Whenever they say they don't see, definitely they see. It is such a tuksitupidam you have, because what is the Aryan see, they see the Nibbana, they see the everlasting peace, not a single commoner can understand. They say such a thing not existing. They can't see it. But they say, I feel this is good, this is bad, this is yellow, this is green light. The Aryans, the noble people say they are sunyata. They are nihilistic, nothing to them. Such a tuksitupidam they are because of our cheating nature, our perverted nature. So therefore, those who are not listening to others, have no faith upon others, very difficult to correct it. Because they believe, they think what I see, seeing is believing. What I heard is to believe. But the Buddha says, never believe such a thing. Let it happen 1001 times, then only you can arrive at the decision. So therefore, the Sanya Vipallasa, the best being used in advertisements, best being used in the medias, and we are in the agenda. We have been completely controlled by the agenda, we are completely controlled by the media, we are completely controlled by the advertisement. So we are in a consumer society. We are consuming not due to necessity, but just for the luxury. Ultimately, you are sick and you will be misled. There is no end to it. So that is why the Sanya Vipallasa is very important, and it is very difficult to teach it as a subject, because no one will challenge own seeing and one's own hearing. But in the meditation only, and the religious sphere only, we believe at least our religious master, and just wait, just see again and again. Otherwise, we believe what we see, we believe what we hear. That is the point. The Sanya take the mean advantage and put you into the perversion. So therefore, a repetitive application, repetitive observation, repetitive hearing is the way to get it off and evaporate and rectify this problem.
The belief about God createdness,
some people, it may be just at the perception level, some people it will be at the consciousness level, some people it may be at the ditthi level. And if it is at the ditthi level, even the Buddha never tried, because you useless. He said, your vessel has been upside down, whatever you are going to pour, nothing to go inside. But if it is at the ditthi level, chitta level, there's a hope. They will be rethink about. If it is Sanya level, very easy to negotiate and convince him to the truth. So therefore, once it is go to the ditthi level, irreversibly or irrecoverably, you are sick, mentally sick, can't help. Even not the God, whatever may be, if it is at the ditthi level, even the Buddha will never tackle such kind of cases. Useless. English question: if you relate wave particles duality to Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo, does it mean that there is constant interchange of matter and energy? And that is what in the quantum physics days is, there is a incessant changing from the matter to the energy. So waves become particles. At the time it becomes like waves, it becomes like particles. So there is no agenda. That is what the changing nature. That is what we call impermanent nature. Matter or particle. If so, can we apply this to the 32 parts of our bodies as well? Yeah, that is also whenever we consider this as a matter, or you can consider this as energy. For example, when you look at your body and close your eyes, and still you can feel the body, but not as a concrete thing, but you feel as heat, cold, stiffness, tension, movements like the body configuration appear like some sensations. They are not matter, it is representing matter. So likewise the constant changing is there. When light rays, photons strike the retina, an electric field and the magnetic field are supposed to be set up. The electric field carries the message along the optic nerve. It is the magnetic field that causes the awareness. Vijnani. Swaminasa me anukampaven pahati kar de. So this is one way of explaining how this vision, how this seeing takes place. What is happening is the retina gets the message and it will be decoded into the electromagnetic energy, and that will be converted from the nerves to the field in the brain, and there it recode it and then interpret this as a yellow color, green color, shape and everything. But when they are going, the left eye connected with the right lobe, right eye connected to the left lobe, and the image is happening upside down. So therefore it will fools are looking the things in up and down form. Because their brain is not properly working. So that is the way it is presented. So therefore this is a complete, you see the computer and the monitor. The computer, when it is working in the electromagnetic field. It sends a message to the monitor, and then the monitor manifests into the 3D photo or black and white photos. But just before the monitor, it is just a electromagnetic system. So therefore, monitor is the eye, the speakers is the ear, and the whole body, this thing you can relate with the computers, and then you can understand how these things are working in the electromagnetic field. And it is almost similar in what is happening in the faculties.